Is your net worth higher than the averages? I always like these kind of charts. It's fun. And we're going to look at the Survey of Consumer Finances. The most recent data is 2022, and it's interesting to me. Why? Yeah, everyone likes to compare themselves. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? You do. We all do. That's why whenever we do these videos, it gets more views than when I did a video on statistical irresponsibility on various things. And like I did the other day, I said, this is a great video. I know it wasn't going to get many views, but for those of you guys who watched, mucho gracias. Very much appreciate. And if you didn't watch, how dare you? You can make it up for me right now by barking at that like button. Give that like button a lick. Ow! Just like Finney does to me every time every time I come home from being out, he licks me on the cheeks, actually on the nose, then my lips, and I get those monkeypox antibodies because we got to be careful of monkeypox, all right? So you got to get those antibodies. All right, so here's a median net worth. Median means 50% of the people have more, 50% of the people have less, or the middle. And we look at various age groups, all right? So we're going to just start with my age group, 45 to 54, all right? Net worth, the median net worth is $246,000, median net worth, all right? It's $246,000. So $250,000 is a median net worth. Now that net worth consists of, you're going to look at your assets here, is your assets, 427, right? And we're going to see percent holding assets. So basically 100% of the people have assets, all right? Assets, so what do we say about assets? How much was it again? Let me see here. I think, what do we say? 427,000 minus your liability. So 427 minus, right there, 140, all right? And how many people have liabilities? 87,000. So assets minus liabilities is your net worth. So if you're my age, you say to yourself, is my net worth above 245, we'll just say 250,000 or lower. If it's above it, you have more than the median. Congratulations. So I do have more than the median. Well, I'm also 54, so I'm at the very far end of this group here. So, I mean, the fact is I'm literally 54 years old, so I have more than the median. I should, because we're talking old Josh at 45. I still had more, but still old Josh at 45 has less net worth than old Josh at 54, all right? So now we say, okay, now let's go to this group right here. So I'd be at the beginning of this group, and they have 364,000 is a median net worth. Again, we look at 45 to 54, right there, 250,000. We look at 55 to 64, and we have $100,000 difference. So between Josh at 54 and Josh at 55 is $100,000 difference to be at the median for net worth. Now I still have higher than that, which is good. I'm grateful I do. Raised 4 kids. My wife stayed at home mostly, but that's good stuff. So I'm happy to be where I am. But what if you're below that? Does that mean you can't run out of money? No, because net worth isn't indicative of your income. Your pension, for instance, is not included in net worth. So when I do financial planning for people, you know, my fee is based on your net worth. People say, well, is my pension part of that? No, pension is an income stream. Pension is not included in net worth because income is different than net worth. You can have a lower net worth than me and have much higher income, which means you'll probably have, depending on your spending, how much you like to spend, spending capacity, you might have a higher net worth than me because you're saving more money because you're not spending what your pension gives you. So don't confuse net worth with income. Two completely separate things here. So if you're $364,000 or less, you're like, oh man, but you got a $65,000 a year pension plus Social Security kicking in another $35,000. Dude, you're well better ahead of me. We'd have to take the net present value of that pension and give you what a net worth would be. But we wouldn't use that because, again, your pension dies with you. And as such, it's not part of your net worth. It's not going to be subject to estate tax or anything. All right, so you see that right there. And so then we go to this group right here, and theirs is even higher. They got a median net worth of $410,000, a 65 to 74. All right, so if you don't have, again, this is per family, by the way. Now, again, or household, I should say. Household could consider just you, could consider you and your wife, or you and your husband, something like that. But that's per household. So you can see a big jump in the net worth, 276 in 2016 to 410 in 2022. So the people with money net worth jumped high, and the people with assets. If you didn't have assets or money, your net worth didn't jump very much, if at all. But anyway, so their median net worth is 410. Is that, are you, oh, there's a dog, I thought it was a deer. Are you 410 or above? Then you have higher than the median, for sure. And then we go to the old folks, you know what I'm saying? These guys right here, 75 years old and older, and their median net worth is 334. All right, so again, you can see display all right here. And we're going to show, let's actually go to, hang tight, we're going to go here to 35 or 44 age group. Median net worth is 135. All right, So if you're around 100 to 200, you're tracking, dude. It's okay. It's okay. And you go to less than 35 years old, median net worth jumped quite a bit from 60. Oh, that's 2020 because that's the stupid COVID stuff. Yeah, I hate to do that, but we're going to say their median net worth less than 35 is $40,000. So a big jump right there, and a lot of that's from that COVID stimulus things and whatnot. But in fact, let's take a look at these people, see what their assets consist of. We're going to say transaction accounts probably jumped quite a bit. Yeah, not a huge jump. Let's see what else their savings directly out bonds, private pool investments. We'll go to primary residence. Not a huge jump. They made a jump. No, let's see. We're just gonna go to maybe it wasn't a retirement account. So that'd be kind of cool. Where's the retirement accounts? I'm missing it right there. Interesting. So I'm not quite sure where that big jump is right there. 8 to 12. That's still not. I mean, that's a big jump. Don't get me wrong, but that's interesting. Or maybe they just paid down some debt. Yeah, they paid down. See, look at that. Their net worth increased because yeah, right on. Look at that. So those younger people, their stimulus and whatnot, they paid down from 52,000 was a median debt to 42,000. So they paid down, what's that, 20% of their debt right there. And they had an increase in assets too, increase. So 20% of their debt went down. Their assets increased by 47 to 70. Yeah. All right, so that's good. So they're paying down debt and still saving money and building up assets as well. So good on them, man. Anyway, so that's the that right there, man. I'll show it again. If you're right here, younger than 35, if you have a median net worth of around 71,000, if you have a net worth of around over 71,000, you're higher than the median. If you're this age group right here, 35 to 44, and you have a net worth of 310 or more, you're above the median. Right? If you have a net worth in my category of 75 or older, 382, you're above the median. If you're my age, 427, you're above the median. If you're 55 to 64, you have a net worth above 474, 73, you're above the median. And if you're 65 to 74, if you have a net worth above basically 500,000, you're above the median. So keep that in mind. But they're all going to be bankrupt. They need 10 million. No one's got 10 million, dude. And if you don't have 10 million, you can't retire. Susie Orman, silly. All right, God bless. Don't forget to like that like that paw button. Paw that like button, or give it a finny lick, if you will. God bless. We'll see you.